What is up, you wonderful people? Baron from Baron Gaming here, and welcome to Mortal Kombat 1. Super excited to be bringing you guys more content. I actually even got some ranked videos done. I did them yesterday, but I thought it'd be nice to cover the characters today, so look forward to those coming up later. I wanted to get the tutorial out first, so hopefully you guys, especially people waiting for the game to drop in a few days, because this is the early, like the 5 days early. This will hopefully give you a leg up, especially because I think Raiden is a character you'll see a lot. He's very popular, and he's very, very good. So we're going to go ahead and break him down and kind of give you guys the info that you need. But first things first, thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're a returning viewer or a new one. Hopefully we can build the community together, and let's get this thing started. So the first thing you're going to look at is Raiden is his special moves, obviously. He has a whole list of them, which it looks a little intimidating, but it's not too bad. We're going to break them all down one by one. So first things first, he has his projectile back. 6%, but you can actually hold it for 3 projectiles. You can hold it for up to 5, or you can finally hold it for up to 6. And the 6th hit is a knockdown, so you won't often get away with it when your opponent's so far away. They're not going to wait for you to charge. However, if you have a Kameo Fighter like Serena, she can help you get a little bit of, keep away while you start charging. But Raiden's not really a zoner, though he does have the option to have some projectiles. However, if you use Raiden's EX, or his enhanced version, he builds it much faster. So the zoning is there, though that's not his main strength, but it's a nice option to have, especially in zoning wars at the end of a match. Secondly, he has Razzle Dazzle. This is a new move to MK1, and at first glance, it doesn't seem to do too much. It gives you hit advantage, but it doesn't do damage. That would open you up for Raiden's mix, which that's one thing he does have in this character toolkit. He has a bunch of mix, but we'll go into that later. So it seems weird that he has this. However, certain combos can be extended off of it. So for example, one of Raiden's neutral strings, his medium string, it goes medium, high, low. Most of the time you can't do anything, you can charge out of it. But if you do it in the corner, Razzle Dazzle actually acts as a combo extender. And you can actually use it with another combo extender for extra damage, plus it looks cool, so that's a plus right there. Raiden's teleport is back. It puts you behind your opponent. There is no way to put it in front of them or way far behind them like an MK11 or MKX, I believe. I believe Displacer Raiden had that. So it's just your standard teleport, which is great for closing in the gaps, which kind of doesn't require a zoning war at the end of the game. Raiden kind of gets out of it for free, but he can participate in both. He can chip someone out or just close in for the grab or close in for any kind of pressure or whatsoever. So the teleport is great to have, a lot of mobility right there. His lightning charge is back, as you guys saw. And if you use EX, it actually has armor on it and does extra damage. And it can also be done from the air to get yourself out of ugly situations with your teleport as well. Raiden has a bunch of mobility, so it's great. I think that's it, except for his combo extension, down 4-2. It's also a great anti-air for when your opponent's jumping in to kick. Let's go ahead and make Johnny do that real quick. You can see just how easy it is to anti-air with it. You can even extend it for combo extension. And we'll go into that a little bit later. So, let's look at... let's put him back to this. There we go. So, let's go ahead and get into Raiden's kind of his bread and butter and why you should pick him. First of all, unlike most characters, Raiden has an overhead starter, which is back 2. It's safe on block and it does 8% damage, knocks your opponent down, and actually keeps them on the floor for a little bit, giving you a chance to move either back or forward. Or if you're in the corner, you can use it to jump before your opponent can react. And it can be used at the end of combos, so let's say we use our combo extension. And it still gives you that wonderful time to go ahead and decide what you want to do to your opponent. But other than that, it's just a straight up overhead, which is great. Raiden also has 3 lows, and they're a string, so you can do forward 4, forward 4-3. Or you can do forward 4-3-3. Oh, I'm sorry, it's forward 4-3-4, so like that. So he has 3 lows that combo together. But Raiden can also use them with his Kameo to extend combos, which is why I highly recommend Serena or Frost. So that's kind of one of his main things. He also has a quick 1-2 string. You can also hit 3 at the end for big damage and knockback. If your opponent is blocking it, then it's also plus. It's one of his few plus strings. So you'll get +3. However, that last hit, you can see how high he goes in the air. If your opponent ducks it, not block duck, but just regular duck, Raiden goes right over their head and is open to a free combo. So it's nice to have for pressure, but it's not wise to use over and over again, especially if your opponent is someone who adapts quickly. So those are kind of his basic things. That's one reason I like him a lot. He has an awful lot of combo extensions, he has an awful lot of mix, and he has a lot of ways to put his opponent into the corner as quickly as possible, and that's where you're going to do your most damage. So another combo string that's good to know is his forward 2 and forward 2-1. You can see how far it knocks back your opponent. It's a great combo ender, and it pushes them so far back that it kind of gets you to where you want to be, which is in the corner. And then the last thing that we're going to cover is his 2-4-2-1, which is, again, kind of a weird thing to say if you don't play fighting games a lot, but I'll try to have, you know, a universal code here at the bottom so you guys can follow along. When you do this string, you can see it does 17%. The last hit is actually super negative on block, but if you're on hit, you can see how much damage it does, plus it knocks them backwards. You can also cancel, not on the 5th hit, but on the 4th, so you can see 4, 5. You can special cancel on the 4th hit, so with whatever you want. So that's a nice way to get out of it. You can also stop at the 2nd hit or the 3rd hit. And there you go. That's one of your main damage dealers, especially for combos. So let's go ahead and go into like the more advanced stuff, especially the stuff you guys are looking forward to. This is when you're going to start to add in your Kameo Fighter. In addition to that, you're going to add in a lot of Raiden's mix. So there's actually one more combo string, I'm sorry, it's really important. It's his forward 3-4. And it actually can combo into itself, and it's a high into overhead. If your opponent's not ready for it, they're going to eat that bounce, and you're going to go way far back. You can even do your little lightning charge here. Push them back farther, or you could even do your something like that. Whatever you want to do to close the gap on your opponent and knock them to the corner. That's what it's there for. And that, again, in the corner, it's really easy to land combos afterwards. You also have 3-4, which is a really nice launcher as well, and it actually is a pretty decent anti-air from what I've learned. I end up using this more, but you can still do that and get someone out of the air pretty easily. And again, you can see how high it knocks them into the air. One more thing you'll want to use, and I do it sometimes, is your air combo. I usually use 1-3-4, which is double take. So you'll knock them into the air, 1-3-4, and you can also use your lightning charge at the end of that, your back 4-3. You can do that in midair, and you'll get something like this, which also pushes them right to the corner, which is where you want them. So, a lot of options to get there. It's kind of whatever you guys prefer. So now we're going to go into why the Kameo Fighter is so important. A lot of Raiden strings can use Serena to extend them, and there are some of your fastest strings too, so your opponent, let's say he does something like Ice Ball, or he does something like Johnny Cage's Shadow Kick. Johnny Cage does Shadow Kick on Wake Up, and it's armored. You can see it knocks me down. You can duck it, call in Serena, start your combos, and that's where you want to be. We'll make Johnny stop doing that for right now. So that's one of his fastest combos is 1-2. You can also use it with, you know, 2-4. Serena will come in. As you guys saw at the beginning of the video, you can do up to your 4 hits. And actually, you have so much hit advantage on that you can jump. and hit for extra damage. Especially if you're in the corner, but you can actually do it. I think over here. You can even do it again. And that's how you guys get the magic at the beginning of the video. Do it all in the corner at the same time. You can also do your low string, as long as it's the second hit. The third hit knocks them down, which wouldn't let Serena do her cameo, but even if you do your first hit, if you wanted, second one would just add more damage. So that kind of, as you guys can see, you're kind of putting the pieces together. That's how Raiden opens you up. That's how Raiden gets his cameo out. That's how Raiden pushes you to the corner. Once you're in the corner, it's much easier to do damage. Let's go ahead and move there now. And that is where Raiden wants to be, so... 2-4-2, and then you'll do your down 4-2, which is your, again, your anti-air or your combo extender. 2-4-2 combo extender. It only combo extends if you use meter, which is, you know, your R2, or I'm gonna guess on Xbox the right trigger. PC, I'm not sure yet, but you guys understand the enhanced key. That's what you want to use. So. EX. 2-4. Do it again. You can see just how much damage that is for one bar. All it really requires is your Kameo Fighter. And again, you know, your opponent, they're jumping around, trying to jump neutral. Not jump neutral, I apologize, jump attack, and you're just going to go ahead and be able to catch them from the air. If you just did it by yourself. Actually, that wouldn't work. You could do something like that, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, if they're jumping, you can catch them with this for combo extension. You can even meet them in the air with your 1-3-4, knock them back into the corner. But again, you can even do your low. You could back up, and they whiff. Back to, you know, the pain train. Knock them down. 38%. You can also do your overhead that we covered at the beginning. A little bit less damage, but you get a lot more control of Raiden quicker. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys step by step how to do the combo at the beginning. As you guys saw, we're kind of putting the pieces together one at a time. But we can go ahead and do our 2-4-2-1. Kameo. Jump. 2-4-2-1. Kameo. Jump. Our double tap. Double tap. 2-1-4. Actually, it wasn't 2-1-4. I was so close. It was 2-4-2. But you guys understand the gist of it, and that's actually breaking it down step by step. And then when you have your fatal blow, you can do the same thing. So we'll do it again. Jump. And another one. Click them. Oh, I was just off. Oh, we were so close. And we'll do it one more time. Third time's the charm. There we go. Mash out those clicks if you have to. The only unfortunate thing is the scaling is so crazy high. That's just one of the downsides of Serena. She extends your combos, but if you keep using it over and over, it really scales down your damage. Actually, I think there's a way for Raiden to do 50%, 51% or something. If you don't use Serena as much. I'm gonna see if I can remember it. I think it's similar. That was close. Ah. Alright, we'll try one more time. Actually, I don't think you're supposed to jump, because if you jump hit, yeah, it adds more damage, but sometimes it scales lower. So let's try it one more time. I know there's a way to do more damage. I believe that's it. Let's see if this is our 50%. Wow, I was right. So there's actually ways to do a little bit more damage, and you can actually save Serena for another combo extension. So I guess the way to do that one is same thing. You're going to be doing your 2-4-2-1 with Serena's Kameo. Then you go right into your double taps right there. Combo extension. Back in there. So actually, if you guys want to do more damage, which is clearly what we want to do, you could just do that. But the other one looks way more swaggy. So, do you want swag or more damage?
Surrender.
Anyways, guys, there's actually one more thing I'll cover with you, and that was Raiden's Teleport EX. I forgot it's a thing because I use it so rarely. If you're close to your opponent and you do meter burn, and you actually have to do it as soon as your thumb touches top, like down up. You have to do up and R2 at the same time. The timing's a little bit tricky. But you can see Raiden does a low, and he also knocks the opponent into the air. It's a side switch. It's kind of nice. You can even use it in combos. Side switch, knock them back into the corner if you're in a corner. And Razzadazzle also has meter burn. You teleport behind them and side switch as well. So, 2 extra things that a lot of people don't know that could help you guys out in a tough situation, especially if knowledge is power, right? There you go. So, last thing, this is kind of in the whole miscellaneous thing. You can use Raiden's teleport in the middle of strings. And I do often do that in matches because you can basically be doing your this stuff, you know. Let's actually move out of the corner because it's a little bit more difficult when they're there. So you're hitting somebody. They go to uppercut and miss. And you're back into your Kameo, back into your big damage, back into pushing them into the corner. And you can use it almost off of anything, so teleport here. You can do it this, kind of whatever you want. And when you teleport, you can go into your overhead lows or your overhead into another overhead. You can do it into like just a regular grab. And it's just nice to have the options. You can go into like an overhead, into a grab, side switch with a grab, whatever you want to do. Keep your opponent on their toes, and with Raiden that's actually not too difficult. So hopefully you guys learned something new there. If there's anything that's incorrect in this video, let me know, and I'll try to address it. And again guys, this is like version 1.1 or something like that. Very, very, very early into the game. So if stuff changes, we may have to revisit this video or make a newly updated one, because we want all the information to be as accurate as possible, especially if this is to help people learn. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you have any criticisms or, you know, comments like that, make sure to leave them below. I'll definitely read them. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's good to be back. Thanks, guys. Peace.